Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more eye-opening stories. In recent months, Texas officials have been caught off guard by a sudden and puzzling surge of mysterious seed packages arriving at homes across the state. These packages, often small and unmarked, have been traced back to origins in China, and their unexpected appearance has left both authorities and residents deeply concerned. The seeds are typically delivered through regular mail, blending in with everyday parcels, making them difficult to detect before they reach unsuspecting recipients. So far, over 1,100 Texas residents have reported receiving these unsolicited seeds, sparking a wave of anxiety and confusion. The Texas Department of Agriculture has responded swiftly, issuing urgent warnings and launching a public awareness campaign to inform people about the potential dangers. Many recipients have described feeling uneasy, unsure of what to do with the mysterious seeds that have landed on their doorsteps without explanation. Investigators believe this may be part of a brushing scam, a deceptive tactic where online sellers send inexpensive items to random addresses in order to boost their own ratings with fake reviews. However, the fact that these packages contain biological material, unknown seeds, raises the stakes significantly. Unlike other items, seeds can carry hidden risks, such as pests or diseases, and their introduction into new environments can have unpredictable and potentially devastating consequences. The primary concern among agricultural experts is that these seeds could be invasive species. If planted, they might outcompete native plants, disrupt local ecosystems, and threaten the livelihoods of Texas farmers. Invasive plants can spread rapidly, choking out crops and natural vegetation, and once established, they are notoriously difficult and costly to eradicate. The potential for long-term ecological and economic damage is very real. That's why officials are urging the public not to open, plant, or even handle these seeds. Instead, they recommend reporting any suspicious packages to the authorities for safe collection and disposal. The Texas Department of Agriculture has set up hotlines and online portals to make it easy for residents to get help and ensure the seeds are dealt with properly. This incident has also exposed vulnerabilities in the global mail system, revealing how easily potentially dangerous biological materials can slip through international shipping channels. It highlights the urgent need for stricter controls and better screening of packages entering the country, especially those containing agricultural products. What initially seemed like a minor online scam has now escalated into a significant agricultural security issue for Texas. The state is mobilizing resources, holding emergency meetings, and working closely with federal agencies to address the threat and prevent further incidents. The strong response from Texas authorities underscores just how seriously they take the protection of local environments and agriculture. By acting quickly and decisively, they hope to safeguard Texas from the dangers posed by foreign biological threats, ensuring the safety of both the land and the people who depend on it. Trade tensions between the United States and China have intensified dramatically in recent months, sending shockwaves through the global economy. What began as a series of disagreements over tariffs and market access has now escalated into a full-blown confrontation, with both sides taking increasingly aggressive measures to protect their interests and assert their dominance on the world stage. In a bold move, China has imposed new port fees specifically targeting US-linked vessels, making it more expensive for American goods to enter Chinese markets. These fees are not just a minor inconvenience, they represent a significant financial burden for US exporters and signal a hardening of China's stance. The newly announced fees are set to increase every year until 2028, creating a mounting challenge for American businesses. Beijing's decision to shift from broad tariffs to more targeted penalties is a calculated response to ongoing US sanctions, reflecting a new phase in the economic standoff. This approach allows China to hit specific sectors and companies, amplifying the pressure on US negotiators. The US government, led by President Trump, wasted no time in condemning China's actions. Officials have threatened to retaliate with additional tariffs and stricter export controls on Chinese goods, vowing to defend American industries and workers from what they describe as unfair trade practices. High-level negotiations between the two countries have broken down, with both sides walking away from the table and blaming each other for the impasse. Accusations of aggressive tactics and bad faith have replaced earlier hopes for compromise, leaving little room for optimism. In response, Chinese officials have issued stern warnings, promising even more countermeasures if the US continues to escalate the conflict. This tit-for-tat dynamic suggests that neither side is willing to back down, raising the specter of a prolonged and potentially damaging standoff. The fallout from these escalating tensions is being felt around the world. Global stock markets have reacted with volatility as investors worry about the impact of a sustained trade war on economic growth, supply chains, and international cooperation. What started as a trade dispute has now evolved into a broader strategic rivalry between the world's two largest economies. As both nations dig in for a long and uncertain battle, businesses, governments, and ordinary people everywhere are left facing growing uncertainty and the real possibility of lasting economic disruption. In his National Day address, President Xi Jinping delivered a stern warning against any move toward Taiwan independence. He emphasized China's unwavering commitment to national sovereignty, declaring Taiwan an inseparable part of the nation. Xi's speech reinforced Beijing's hardline stance, warning external forces not to interfere. The address comes amid heightened cross-strait tensions and criticism of Taiwan's new government. Xi's message: China will not tolerate separatism and is prepared to defend its core interests. While projecting China as a global partner, Xi made clear that reunification with Taiwan remains non-negotiable. The speech underscores Taiwan as the region's most volatile flashpoint. The recent arrival of mysterious unmarked seed packages in Texas has sparked a wave of urgent biosecurity concerns across the state. These unexpected deliveries, often showing up in people's mailboxes without explanation, have left both residents and officials on high alert, wondering about their origin and potential impact. Government officials are sounding the alarm, warning that planting or even handling these unknown seeds could introduce invasive species into the local environment. Such species have the potential to devastate Texas's delicate ecosystems and threaten the state's vital agricultural industry, which so many communities depend on for their livelihoods. Invasive plants are notorious for their ability to outcompete native species, rapidly spreading and overtaking fields, forests, and waterways. This disrupts natural food webs, threatens wildlife habitats, and can cause lasting, sometimes irreversible, environmental damage that takes years to repair. The economic consequences could be severe. Farmers may face lower crop yields, increased costs for pest and weed control, and even the loss of entire harvests. The ripple effects could impact food prices, local economies, and the stability of rural communities. Public safety is also at stake. Some unidentified seeds could be toxic to humans, pets, or livestock, posing health risks if accidentally ingested or handled without proper precautions. Emergency responders and veterinarians are on alert for any signs of poisoning or illness linked to these seeds. Authorities are urging everyone to treat these packages as potentially hazardous. If you receive suspicious seeds, do not open, plant, or throw them away. Instead, report them immediately to local agricultural agencies or biosecurity hotlines so experts can safely investigate and contain any threats. This incident highlights the hidden dangers of globalized trade, where goods and biological materials can cross borders with little oversight. When biosecurity checks are bypassed, even unintentionally, the risk of introducing harmful species increases dramatically. That's why strict regulations and thorough inspections exist, to protect our environment, agriculture, and communities. Just one unchecked seed has the potential to trigger an ecological disaster, reminding us all of the importance of vigilance and responsible action. In response to China's port fees, the U.S. has threatened sweeping tariff hikes on Chinese imports. These tariffs aim to pressure Beijing to reverse what Washington sees as unfair trade practices. The U.S. is also considering tighter export controls on advanced technology, countering China's dominance in rare earth materials. China warns it will retaliate if the U.S. escalates, deepening the economic standoff. This tit-for-tat cycle signals a prolonged and damaging trade war. Economic policy is now a tool of geopolitical rivalry, with global supply chains and markets at risk. The world watches anxiously as the conflict threatens international stability. President Xi's National Day speech focused on safeguarding China's unity and sovereignty, with Taiwan at the center. He projected China as strong and stable, ready to defend its territorial integrity. Xi pledged to practice multilateralism, seeking to position China as a responsible global leader. He called for deeper ties with Taiwan while firmly opposing separatism, blending engagement with warning. The speech was crafted to rally domestic support and shape international perceptions. For Taiwan, it was both an invitation and a threat. For the world, a declaration of China's priorities. Xi's unwavering focus on unity signals the immense weight Taiwan carries in Chinese policy. The message: China's core interests are non-negotiable. Reports of unsolicited seeds from China have surfaced worldwide, raising alarms about biosecurity. The global scale reveals how easily small, unmarked packages can bypass inspection and carry hidden risks. Authorities fear invasive species or new plant diseases could devastate agriculture and food supplies. Public health officials warn the seeds could be toxic or cause allergic reactions. The advice is clear: avoid contact and report any suspicious packages. These incidents expose vulnerabilities in international mail and force governments to rethink biosecurity. The risk of future, more malicious uses makes coordinated global action urgent. The latest trade actions mark a breakdown in US-China diplomacy, with both sides escalating threats. Failed negotiations have pushed the nations toward confrontation, increasing global uncertainty. China and the US are locked in a cycle of retaliation, risking further disruption to trade and markets. President Xi's hardline stance on Taiwan and sovereignty adds to the tension. The world is watching, as the stakes for global security and prosperity rise. Fears of a new Cold War grow, with smaller nations caught in the crossfire. The hope remains that diplomacy can prevail before the rift becomes irreparable.